Hello, hello, CS family. Welcome back to my channel, Chantel Stuff. It's your girl, Audra Chantel here, your hostess with the mostest, back with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop a video. Hop into the comments, let me know what's on your mind, and you share this video with anyone and everyone. I hope everybody is having a phenomenal day on today. I'm so excited. So excited to be on. And you all know it doesn't take too much to get me excited, and this is one of them. One of those things. When I get on here, I get all kinds of excited, to talk to you and to share information with you. Excuse me. Already my mouth is acting crazy, and I got to get it right, you all. Listen, I'm excited. I like to have fun with finances, and that's what I'm all about, making finances fun. Why do finances have to be like a stick in the mud, a drag, and everybody just dread and hate dealing with finances? It's a lot of times because reality slaps you all upside the head when you're doing your finances. But I say this, let's have fun with it because it feels so good and it's so much fun when you get them under control and you take your power back by getting them all under control and all tight and fixed up and maintained, right? So we can have fun doing that. We can have fun on the way there, right? And just remember, when we're dealing with the finances, well, when you're dealing with your finances and you're dealing with me in this zone, this is a judgment-free zone, right? And the atmosphere is fun, right? So whatever I need to do to help you is what I'm going to try to do, right? And I'm going to have fun doing it. Today, I am bringing you a video about figuring your debt ratio, how to calculate your debt ratio. So I did promise that I was going to do some videos on debt ratio and do like a little series. I did have some requests about going a little bit deeper and then showing how we figure those numbers. Now, let me just say, see, now I told y'all how my mind sometimes when I think it's just like a whole lot of thoughts all at one time, just blah, 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 all over the place, which, you know, is one of the reasons why I talk the way that I do. So, but I like it, whatever. But anyway, my board looks like how my mind was looking when I was doing this. When I was doing this and getting this all prepared for you, and I was like, I was going to have it all kinds of neat and a lot of space on there. Well, that didn't happen. So, but let's dive in. How to figure and how to calculate your debt ratio. When we as financial institutions, when we're looking at your debt ratio, we are looking at your gross monthly income when we do that, right? So your debt to income ratio, we're looking at the gross. Now, we understand that that's not, you know, your real debt ratio because you're working with net, right? You're not working with gross because you have taxes coming out, you have all kinds of, you know, insurance and different things. People have different deductions coming out of that pay before they get it, right? So it's all kinds of things coming out. Retirement, all kinds of different things coming out. So we understand that that is not that true number for you. And you need to know that number when you're going into that financial institution to get financed, because that debt ratio that they're giving you is not going to be something that is exact, right? So let me just say it's partly right, but it's just not exact. Heck, if we went by net, nobody would get a loan. But you need to understand how much you can handle. And this, figuring your debt ratio, is going to show you how to do that. And going to help you get that number and know, you know, if you're going to be going into something that is not good for you. I did list a lot. These are the monthly expenses that I listed here on the side for this example that I'm doing. Now, I do realize that everybody's monthly expenses are different, but just for our example's sake, I just threw some things in here. Some of the things I threw from my own, some of it through larger numbers, smaller numbers, different things just to give us, you know, as close as I could get. $540 for the giving, $850 for mortgage, $400 for car note and groceries and household necessities, again monthly. And I know different places and, you know, different countries, you know, different states, you're gonna be spending different types of money on this stuff. But $160 for the utilities, $200 for the natural gas. Of course, that's the gas in your house, you know, for your heat, for your stove, all that if you have that kind of gas, stove and everything. But $150 for the Wi-Fi, $300 for the car, gas for the cars, $40 for the streaming. Now, I know 40 is low. A lot of people have a lot of streaming subscriptions that they have, and so it could kind of get a little bit more than that, but that's kind of where I started. 100 for the cell phones, and I'm thinking, you know, sometimes 100 could be for one cell phone, sometimes 100 can be for two or more. It all depends on how you manage that. But 100 for entertainment, 164 for car insurance, 140 for life insurance, and then 1,000 for the savings, right? So what I did with this number, not everybody gives and not everybody saves, right? So you're not at that place. Sometimes people, you know, they may never give. And, you know, hopefully I'm not going to say, yeah, I don't want you to never save. You need to save. But if you're going to be saving, that number could be different. But that's the number that I chose to use. But I did give you two totals, one with the giving and the savings and one without, because I realized not everybody saves right now and not everybody, you know, gives. So I just want you to have two different numbers so you can see it two different ways. Now this is the gross monthly income that I'm working with is $6,200, right? Gross monthly income. If that's your number, so that's where you're going to put your gross monthly income. So you know that. You're going to take the total amount of your monthly expenses divided by that gross monthly income, and that's going to give you your debt ratio. This one is 73%, right? And so without even knowing all of the details, that is a high debt ratio. And it's like, can I squeeze anything in there? Anything else in there? Well, you could, but I don't know how comfortable living that would be. But that's going to help you get that number. And a lot of places, you know, they'll tell you sometimes, hey, you know, you were denied because of your debt ratio was too high. Well, what is, you know, that sweet spot? What's that number that you're looking for? I don't know everywhere, but I do know what we look for. We'd like to have you at 50% or under. We prefer you to be under 50% debt ratio, because we understand that you will be extremely strapped once you start getting close to that 50% or hit it. Your finance is going to be tight. It's going to be tight, you know, and nobody wants to live check to check. Nobody. So that is that debt ratio for that number. And now this is the disposable income. And what that is simply subtract from your gross monthly income your monthly expenses, and that disposable income is what's left. That lets you know, okay, this is what I have left to do everything else that we do in the month. Everything that we do. And a lot of times, until you really sit down, you don't even understand. I have entertainment there at $100, but I mean, a month, most people include like all kinds of different things in their entertainment. They're out to eat, you know, movies, different things like that, you know, concerts, all of that, or whatever it is. Most people spend way more than that, right? So even just in that category, you know, some people smoke cigarettes or something like that, or they drink alcohol, and they may spend, you know, $200 or $300 a month on that. So, I mean, everything is coming out of what's left. Like when you're going in to see if I can handle another payment, can I do it? That's going to let you know right there. Now that's gross. So let's take a look at when we're looking at also before I jump there, sorry, I got excited. This is the number which is going to look more appealing to people, and this is why people don't save. So this is the number we're looking at without the giving and the savings, right? Your monthly expenses at $3,004, and we divide that by the $6,200 gross monthly income, and now you're at 48%. You know, debt to income ratio, and that's more appealing. And you have a disposable income now of $3,196. So a lot of people, you know, that's more appealing to them, and that's why they don't do that, because they have more room to spend, right? You can spend more if you're not saving. But let's just say you'll spend more at that time, but let something happen. Let life happen, and you have an emergency, or you have something, some huge bill that comes about that you have to do. That's when that's going to really, you're going to spend way more money then, because you're not prepared to take care of it, because now you have to go out and borrow the money to pay for that bill, or pay for, you know, that roof or that hospital bill or whatever that is, plus interest, right? And, you know, you just never know what could happen. And so now you're stacking, and now your money going to be pulled, you know, more money is going to be pulled from that disposable income, you know, that you thought you were really having fun spending. Well, now you're going to be sad because now you have this large bill, you know, to pay. So anyway, and you don't have the money to cover it because you did save. But not getting you, just saying that's how it usually works. So this one is with your net monthly income, which is a better number to me, because this is going to let you really know, you know, what the Kool-Aid is, right? Because this is the number that we were really working with, right? So I took 0.75% of taxes off of that, right? And I tried to just, you know, that number is a nice spot to try to include all of the taxes that we pay, which now that's probably an underestimation now because of how everything has gone up for us with taxes and everything. But anyway, in this scenario, so you're going to take that's your monthly expenses, and we're going to divide it by your now net monthly income of that $46.50. Now you're at 98% loan to value. That's saying that all of your money, disposable income at $106, all of your money is going out to all of these expenses right here. And all you have left to work with is that $106. If you decided I'm not going to give or save anything, now your number changes. You're at 65%, right? So we divide that $3,004 by that $46.50. That $3,004 is your monthly expenses without the saving and without the giving. And then your $46.50 is your net monthly income, right? 65% net ratio, right? 65%, but it gives you a disposable income of $1,646. So you have more to work with because you're not saving it, but you can get into a really tight spot if you're not saving, and we all know that. We all know that life doesn't stop happening to us and around us because we didn't save. It's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna stop and say, hey, let me put it on pause for a minute while you decide to, you know, until you decide to start saving, and then, oh, will happen, you know, life will happen now that you save. It's not gonna happen like that. So, oh, it's just really dangerous to work like that. But this gives you a clear view of what your finances really are. That's why you're thinking, like, if somebody, oh, they pre-approved me for this and that, but man, I'm really feeling the pinch. I don't know if I can make this payment. You know, so that's why, because this is what's real, right? This is what's real. Plus the things that I left out, right? It's things that I left out of here that are not in this list that you would have to put in there to get you a real picture of what's going on. So this all leads us to, you only know this if you're budgeting, right? So there's a video out there on budgeting, and I have too. I'm going to come back with more on budgeting too. But you have to budget to figure this part out to get to this point. But this leads you to going back to this list, to your finances, your monthly finances, to figure out, what can I cut? What can I cut? If I don't want to cut anything, then that means I need to get more income. I need to get another stream of income in the house, or I need to, you know, work some overtime. I need to do whatever it is I need to do to make that happen. So I know I talked really, really fast on that one, but I wanted to get through it without making this video way too long for everybody. But that is my video on how to calculate your debt ratio. Hopefully this video helped somebody out. Hopefully this video lifted somebody up and made somebody feel better. You all have a phenomenal day, and I will see you all in the next video. Deuces.